Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Jake the Human, and this is my review for ARMS. Okay, so it's been about a week with ARMS now, and I wanted to give you guys a review of it. So I wanted to briefly talk about the overall aesthetic of the game because everything else sort of plays into how the game feels. The overall look and feel of this game is absolutely incredible. The vibrant colors, the bold menu screens, and the animations make this game extremely memorable. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the characters. Sadly, there's only 10 of them in the game right now, but that being said, they are some of the most consistently well-designed characters I've ever seen in a single game. Each character has their own unique look and feel, including the various extendable arms, from springs to ribbons to snakes to hair. The ARMS character design is brilliant. And aside from each character standing out visually, they also each have a unique special ability that sets them apart from the rest of the characters. Ribbon Girl, for instance, can jump 3 times in one go as opposed to everyone else's 1, providing her extreme maneuverability. Kid Cobra can charge his dashes to quickly avoid attacks and get the edge on his opponent that way. Master Mummy can regain his health while guarding. I won't get into all of them because half the fun of this game is figuring out what characters can do what and figuring out whose playstyle best matches with yours. Currently, what I found is my 3 favorites are Kid Cobra, Twin Tail, and Ribbon Girl, in no particular order. The only thing that upsets me about the characters in this game is their lack of concrete backstory. We get little bios and info here and there, but we mostly just know them from how they act in the ring. So now let's talk about the soundtrack, because oh my god. The soundtrack of this game was honestly one of the selling points for me in the first place. The main theme in this game will be stuck in your head all day because it's so damn catchy. Aside from the main theme, each character also has a theme song, and they're all really fun, upbeat songs that mesh really well into the battle. Ribbon Girl's theme is a standout for me. It's really fun to sing to, and like the main theme, it'll get stuck in your head really easily. I can't get over this stupid thing. It's so dumb. It just looks so stupid on my big head. So now let's talk about the game itself, the single player. The main single player mode is Grand Prix, in which you choose a character, fight through 9 battles until you reach max brass, and then you fight him to become the champion of the ARMS Grand Prix. It's fun, and the adjustable difficulty level helps you learn to play the game better. The small amount of character information, and I mean a small amount, is also in this mode exclusively, so if you care about the characters, this mode's totally worth playing. Lastly, if you want to play in ranked online matches, you're gonna have to beat Grand Prix at least once at level 4 or higher. You can play all the versus modes in single player as well, and honestly, I found all of them to be very well designed and a lot of fun. Fight is just a standard fight. Team fight is a 2v2 battle where you link together with your teammate, making sure you watch where you punch and have each other's backs. V-ball is essentially a game of volleyball in which you hit the bomb ball onto the other team's side of the court to gain a point. Hoops. Ever play a game of basketball and wish you could dunk your opponent instead of the ball? That's essentially what this mode is. At first I didn't really get it, but I learned that this mode requires a lot of dodging and precisely timing your grabs in order to succeed. Skill Shot has you hitting as many targets as you can before the opposing team does, and being able to punch and grab your opponents to slow them down makes this mode a lot of fun. The last versus mode is a single player only mode, 1-on-100, in which you pick your character and slowly fight through waves of helixes until you've defeated 100 of them. While I found this game to be really fun, it wasn't as challenging as it sounds because one punch destroys most of them. Now, as with most Nintendo games, ARMS really shines when it comes to its multiplayer. All of the game modes I just mentioned can be played in up to 4-player split screen. I've only gone up to 3, and while there were some noticeable frame drops, the split screen itself actually works surprisingly well. And if you have a friend with their own copy of the game, you can link your switches together to both play with a full screen if you want to. There's just something about playing with another person and trying to read their movements and strategies that's just way more fun than playing with a CPU in single player. That's where the game's primary modes come in. The online, which in my opinion is awesome. The party match mode throws you into a lobby with a bunch of random people from around the world, and then pairs you with them randomly in order to fight 1v1, 2v2, 3-player free-for-all, play hoops, v-ball, skill shot, or even fight headlock as a team. This mode also has items on at all times, so it's mostly just for having a good time. And when you want to get serious, you go into the ranked matches. The ranked matches will operate a lot like Splatoon's, where if you win, your rank goes up. If you lose, it goes down. Nobody wants the rank to go down, so everybody comes into this giving it their all. The matches I've played have all been very heated and intense, and in my case, very close. But there's also no items in ranked matches either, so there's nothing to really distract you from what your opponent is trying to do. Finally, there are friend matches online, and this mode allows you to go into a lobby with all of your friends. And I found it nice that the lobby is very customizable, allowing you to enable or disable items, pick stages, or even adjust the win requirements. Now the last thing I wanted to mention are the controls, because this has been kind of an interesting development. Nintendo heavily focused on the motion controls for all of their marketing in this game. The good news there is that the motion controls in this game generally work pretty well. That is, if you can wrap your head around them. I often found myself getting really confused on what I needed to do in the midst of a heated battle, and I played that way for quite a while until I decided to try the button controls. I strongly prefer the button controls, by like a really large margin. I felt more in control of every single one of my movements and attacks than I ever did in my time with the motion controls. The buttons allow me to be far more precise with all of my attacks as well as my movements around the stage. The only thing that kind of bugged me is guarding with the left stick. It works really well, but I found my hand cramping every now and then. So I wish there was some sort of option to remap the buttons to maybe one of the triggers, but sadly there's not. All of that being said, I highly recommend that you try out the button controls at least once, especially if you have any trouble with the motion controls at all, because in my opinion, the buttons work really, really well. It's kind of sad too, because a lot of people chalk this game up to be Wii Sports Boxing 2, but it's really just so much more than that. I kind of feel like Nintendo would have been smart in their marketing of this game to have one person playing motion control and another person playing buttons, just to show everybody that you can really play both ways. This game has some minor issues, like the somewhat smaller roster size and the lack of overall character development. With all that being said, I freaking love this game. It is my second favorite game I own on the Switch. With the amazing character designs, the catchy ass soundtrack, the fun game modes, the extremely tight and in-depth control schemes, ARMS is a legitimate knockout in my opinion. I love this game, but I also want to know what you think. Have you played it? Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up by hitting that like button. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to be the first to know when I upload a new video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.